Hello, my name is Janelle John, and for this assignment, I would like to focus on Smith's Chapter 11, Question 4, which asks, why were anti-literacy laws passed in the South? Prior to the abolishment of slavery, enslaved members of society did know how to read. Literacy was legal. Some members needed literacy skills in order to complete their daily tasks, whether it was around the plantation or if they went to market. Secondly, members of churches, a part of the Sunday school movement, would come to plantations and teach the enslaved how to read and write, especially learning how to read the Bible. This raises the question of how literacy went from being legal to illegal. This can simply be answered in the Nat Turner Rebellion. The Nat Turner Rebellion was a short-lived rebellion, lasting only 4 days, where hundreds of the enslaved revolted against plantation owners and their families, killing approximately between 50 and 65 individuals. This short-lived 4-day rebellion was so powerful enough that the government decided to intervene by instilling a very powerful law, an anti-literacy law against blacks, that required for not only the enslaved, but also free blacks. But this now raises a new question. Why literacy? As we look back on early European history, we can see that literacy was a way to exude control over a population and a way that an individual can experience true freedom. The Catholic Church limited the way that people can interact with the Word of God up until the time of the printing press. So, individuals were relying upon church officials for the Word of God and for moral standings. Not until they were able to have the Word of God in their hands, in their own languages, were they able to make the decisions on their own to see if they were truly being taught what was given from the Word of God and apply what is true to their lives. Similarly, in the United States, the access to literacy was a way of exuding freedom, or withholding it was a way of exuding control. The rationale behind this law was twofold. Firstly, the enslaved would no longer be able to transmit information between each other. As we know, writing is an efficient way to give a consistent message between one group of people to another. Secondly, it was a deterrent for whites to no longer interact with the enslaved in a way to encourage their literacy skills. When discussing anti-literacy laws, one prominent name appears, and that is the name of Margaret Douglas. Douglas was a white woman who opened up her own school to teach free black children how to read and write. However, under the Virginia anti-literacy laws, she was arrested and fined for her actions. She pled ignorance of the law, stating that she did not know that these laws applied to free black children and that she believed it only applied to the children who were still enslaved. Through reviewing Margaret Douglas's case, we get a clear understanding of the climate regarding literacy among blacks in the United States at that time. We can see that the judge made a claim stating that it is against the laws of nature, the laws of America, and the laws of God to teach blacks how to read and write. Charging whites to only teach blacks good moral standards of the Bible through verbal instruction. So what implications do the anti-literacy laws have on our lives today? Firstly, when looking through the scriptures, we know that in order for an individual to experience true freedom, they must first come in contact with truth and knowledge. Secondly, as educators, it is our responsibility to protect our students' route to truth and knowledge, regardless of procedures, laws, or curriculums, to ensure that our students have all that they need to access true freedom in their lives.